Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be answering two of the biggest questions you might have for me. First is, why do I fully believe in an RMC Son of Beast? And the second is, why do I love Son of Beast so much? First, let's talk about why I believe in RMC Son of Beast. And the first thing I'm going to talk about with this idea is, why would Kings Island, first off, not only need an RMC Son of Beast, but why do they need an RMC hybrid? RMC hybrids are some of the best roller coasters on the entire planet. You got rides like Steel Vengeance, Iron Gwazi, Zadra, Lightning Rod. Those four coasters are considered anywhere from top 5 to top 10 for most roller coaster enthusiasts. Now, do I want Kings Island's next next coaster to be an RMC hybrid? I'm going to go ahead and say no. I prefer Kings Island to get a launch coaster with multiple inversions before they get an RMC hybrid, because I feel like that's a bigger need for the park right now. Would I complain if they got an RMC next? No, but I still would prefer the launch coaster first. And now, why would I prefer it to be a RMC Son of Beast over just a regular RMC with a different kind of name? First, RMC Son of Beast would be perfect for Kings Island because it would have the height, the speed, and the length, possibly, and a different element that you would not find on any other hybrid coaster to make this coaster top tier. And by that I mean a coaster that can compete to be #1 in the world. Kings Island's main problem is, if you go up and ask 10 people about what is their favorite ride at Kings Island, you're probably going to get 4, 5, maybe 6 different answers, because people really don't know, like, it's not a very common knowledge. Most people say Mystic, but then you got people that say Orion, Diamondback, Banshee, and there's many, and some people say one of their other coasters. And that's the problem with Kings Island, is they don't really have that coaster that you can point to and say, yes, that is their best coaster according to most people. Cedar Point has it with Steel Vengeance. Dollywood has it with Lightning Rod. And now Fun Spot Atlanta has it with Air Force One. You're telling me a small park in Georgia can get a RMC hybrid, but Kings Island can't? Obviously they could, but why don't they want to? I'm going to talk about this for a second. First, Steel Vengeance is right down the road, but as I said in one of my other videos, you don't even have to top Steel Vengeance height, length, or speed-wise. You could literally build a 200-foot RMC, or a little under 200-foot RMC, and that would be fine. You can still call it Son of Beast Revenge. And the other question about this coaster and what the problem with it is the land. There's a lot of problem with the old Son of Beast land because Banshee's there, and then the Bat. Now, could this coaster come after the Bat's torn down? I'm not ruling that out, but I think it would have to be torn down by like 2027 to get this done by the time it should be done, which is for the Beast's 50th anniversary. Now, why do I fully believe in this coaster happening? First is that poster from 2018 or 19, I don't remember which one. It pretty clearly was talking about Son of Beast, and there's one thing that lines up with today's timeline, and the mentioning of shipping and mining. Because the new area is pretty much themed to shipping, mining, but that could have also been talking about Avenger Express. But I think it's more likely talking about Son of Beast and tying it into that new area. And there are rumors out there that Orion was never supposed to go to Kings Island, and it was supposed to go to California's Great America. And I don't know if those are true, but if they are, could have Kings Island had something different planned for 2020? Could they have had a different coaster, a different ride, a different attraction? Who knows? And the other reason is, why is the Outpost 5 logo all over Kings Island? Like, if you go to Kings Island and you just look around the park, you will see the Outpost 5 logo in many different locations. First is the old Son of Beast station. You look inside the station, there is a newer Son of Beast logo in there, like the one you will find in Flight of Fear. Then if you go into Mystic Timbers, there's one in the station, in the back of the station on a box that has the logo in 1979. And then there's another one in the shed on one of the saws. And then there's a few over by the Beast, and then during Haunt there was a few on the Graves, which is kind of weird to paint those on Graves. And they weren't on the Son of Beast one, they were on different ones other than Son of Beast. I think one was Bonefield or something like that, I don't even remember. But yeah, now let's talk about why I love Son of Beast so much. First is, when I first was going to Kings Island back in 2019, when I was told I got a pass to the park, I did do a lot of research on Kings Island's coasters and attractions. This included watching God, what's his name? Theme Park Crazy's video on Kings Island's former and current roller coasters, and that really caught my eye. And there was one coaster on there that really did, and that is Son of Beast. And I've always been fascinated by wooden roller coasters over steel ones, because I feel like wooden roller coasters are completely different from steel ones, because they just provide a completely different experience. You expect more of a rough ride and more of a less smooth and more twister instead of airtime kind of layout from a wooden coaster like the Beast. The Beast is one of my favorite coasters because it's different. I like when roller coasters do something different compared to the ones out there. And it's not just airtime hill after airtime hill, and I love the setting of the Beast as well. I think Son of Beast was very similar to the Beast, other than the setting, and it was more rough. However, there are people that claim that the Beast was rougher than Son of Beast during its time when it was under Paramount's ownership. And this is kind of weird, but it is possible because Paramount probably didn't take as good care of the ride as Cedar Fair does. So, with Son of Beast being a wooden roller coaster with helixes and a vertical loop, I was very interested. Then, back this year when I started riding roller coasters, because my family's main thing about when I talked about Son of Beast before was they said I wouldn't have even ridden it. And back then, that was true. But now, that is no longer true, because I will ride any coaster out there. And I'm a huge fan of wooden roller coasters, and I love to experience the tallest and fastest versions. Son of Beast was just that, standing at 200 feet. It was the only wooden hypercoaster ever built. And if there is a wooden hypercoaster built again, I will probably go ride it when it opens. And thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this gives you a better understanding on why I love Son of Beast and why I think RMC Son of Beast will happen by 2029, because it makes too much sense to get